Okay, this is me restarting this video because I have something I want to say. I want to treat this seriously. I want to take my content creation seriously. Why? Because one, is it following my face? No, I'm gonna click the follow my face button here. What? Follow my face, bro. No. Why is it not following my face? Okay, this is why. Because every time you have a boss telling you what to do, you go and you do it like a good boy, right? If you have a boss telling you, hey, go do this, hey, go do that, hey, you didn't do this right, you go and you do it like a good boy. I'm gonna start treating myself as a boss, right? I'm gonna treat myself as someone that takes my word seriously, and if I tell myself, no, I'm gonna do 2 videos a week, I'm gonna sit down and record for 20 minutes every week. I'm gonna sit down and record 2 videos every week. Why? Because I have to take myself seriously. I have to take my growth seriously. I have to act on building a personal brand, because those things are important, you know? I feel like it's time. I remember telling my dad back in 2016, whenever like Instagram didn't come out during that time, but it was like first coming out, and I remember telling him, hey dad, people are not gonna watch TV anymore. I was like, Dad, no one's gonna watch TV anymore. And he didn't believe me. He was like, bro, no, that's crazy. Like, what do you mean people are not gonna watch TV anymore? And I was like, yeah, people are just gonna be on their phones. Like, they're gonna be, you know, on Instagram and blah, blah, blah. You have to start an Instagram page for your real estate company. And he said, nah, that's not how it works. You don't know anything. And I was 16, that was like 10 years ago. And then nowadays, bro, I'm gonna show you. We had great results. Look, this is the Instagram page. You can't see because it's tracking my face, but let me pause this face tracking thing. Look, do you see 123,000 followers for a real estate company in São Paulo, Brazil? And just for perspective, right? São Paulo is the biggest city in the Americas. So in North America, Central America, and South America, São Paulo is the biggest. São Paulo is bigger than Chicago and New York combined. You know? Why is that important? I don't know. It's just bigger. And it's harder to, bro, São Paulo is crazy. It's a crazy pace. And it's just like insane compared to here. I'm in Columbia, Missouri right now. And I mean, it's the biggest, one of the biggest cities in America. I mean, it is the biggest. Wait. Let me reframe here. São Paulo is the biggest city in the Americas, bigger than Chicago and New York combined. And this is my dad's real estate agency, real estate company. He also is a developer in Brazil, in São Paulo, Brazil, and he is the biggest real estate agency in the north zone of São Paulo. Therefore, one of the biggest real estate agents in the world. That's the claim I'm making. Is this crazy? Is it a crazy claim? Maybe. Is it true? I think so. I think it is. And my proposal is this. I'm gonna have videos that I'm gonna do every day. Not every day. Maybe every day. But at least 2 videos. I need to do at least 2 long format videos per week. Why? Because I need to start getting exposure to the YouTube, to Meta, to all of these social media platforms, because it is important. It's important. Another reason why I want to do that. I have I have impacted everywhere I went to. I was born for impact. I believe I was created to impact the world around me. That is powerful. Excuse me. I was created and I was born to cause impact in the world around me. And I've done that everywhere I went to. So, for reference, São Paulo. I used to go to all these notary offices downtown, and I'd go and I'd make an impact in the people's lives that worked there, in the people's lives that I would come across, and people knew who I was, knew what I stood for. And now I want to scale that. I went to Vancouver, made friends, impacted the lives of the people around me. I impacted the lives of the world around me. And I mean, the people who were around me were impacted by my presence, by my voice, by the way I think, by the way I talk. And now I want to scale that. I have been in Columbia, Missouri since 2022. Before Columbia, Missouri, I went to Sedalia. I was in Sedalia for 3 years and I impacted the world around me. I like to think that I left Sedalia better than I found, you know. And now I am in Columbia, Missouri, and I think that I have impacted Columbia, Missouri for the better, you know. I've been here for 4 years. I've seen growth in the ministry that I'm a part of. I've seen growth in the businesses that I touched, in the people that I was around. I think I was a great impact in their lives. And now I want to scale that to the whole world. And the way I'm going to do that is through YouTube, to talking to a camera. This right here, this camera that I'm holding right now is going to be my best friend for the next 7 years. For the next 7 years, I'm going to talk to this camera at least, 40 minutes a week. And I'm just going to do it because it's important. It's important that I have exposure to the YouTube, because what if it works out? I mean, it might not. It might be a failure. It might be a flop. I might be posting videos for 2 years straight, for 3 years straight, for 4 years straight, for 5 years straight without a single viewer. But what if it works out? What if it works out? What if I do become the person that I know that I can be? What if I do bring the voice that I know that I should bring to the world? What if I'm able to have impact that I never thought I would because I took initiative? That's how I'm thinking. I'm thinking, what if it works out? And I'm gonna do everything in my power so that I am able to impact the world around me at scale. I don't know exactly how that's gonna look like. I don't know if it's gonna work out. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to grow, a community, but I wanna try, I feel like I've been successful at everything that I've done in my life. Everything that I wanted to do, I went out there and I did it and I was successful. And this is just gonna take consistency, hard work, and showing up when I have to show up. And I know I can do that. I know I can do those 3 things. I know I can be consistent, I know I can show up, and I know I can talk to a camera for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, however long that is. And another reason why I'm doing this too is because over a year ago, I saw a video from this girl. Her name is Emma Chamberlain. And she was literally, she had a mic, she had her sunglasses, and she was laying in bed, and she was talking about hookup culture. She was talking about hookup culture in like this random topic that she was covering it. And I sat down and I listened for 42 minutes. And hey, how's it going? Sorry. Thanks. Yeah, excuse me. And I sat down and I listened for 42 minutes. Did I agree with everything she had to say? No. I didn't agree with 85%, 75% of the things she said I didn't agree with. But I sat down, I listened, and I was like, dang, respect. She's doing it, She's literally just talking to a camera. And I was like, that's respectable. She was putting her ideas, her opinions, and all of her the all the things that someone would want to say and would want to do. She was doing it. She was just speaking into a camera with a microphone and had over 400,000 views. And that's the reason why I clicked in the video. I clicked in the video because I was like, what the heck? Who in the world is this girl? Why is anyone listening to her? And like, that made no sense in my head. I was perplexed. I was speechless. I couldn't believe whatever it is that she was doing, and I was like, I gotta do something about it. I have to take action. And it wasn't until like a year and a half later, and I'm finally taking action. I think I need to reduce the time between idea and execution. That's one thing I want to do, and I want to be able to do it well, is reduce my time of action in like half. I want to be able to have an idea and execute on it, because a lot of the times I overthink. A lot of the times I'm like, dude, what are people gonna think about me? Like, are they gonna like it? Is it gonna have views? What is going on, bro? Is it gonna have any views? And I shouldn't think about that. I should want to do it because I want to do it. I should want to do it because I have high convictions, and not for any other reason. I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's gonna have 3 views, 5 views, 20 views, 100, 1,000, 100,000, 1 million. That's not the reason. That's not a reason for you to do the things that you want to do. You should do things that you trust and believe in, And dude, I'm just excited. I'm excited for whatever it is that the world has. I mean, the Lord, not the world. The Lord has for my life. I want to be able to impact the world around me and to impact the next generation of men, and I just think I can be a blessing, bro. I can be a blessing to the world, I can be a blessing, dude. I can impact the world in ways that I never even imagined, if that's in the Lord's will, right? So I'm gonna keep doing this, dude. What else I have to talk about? I mean, AI. Let me talk about AI for a second. AI is crazy. AI is growing at a rate that we'd never imagined, that we never foreseen in history. AI is it's like the next industrial revolution. Whenever they first invented the machines, whenever they first invented like machinery, a lot of people lost their jobs, but they just got relocated to different jobs, right? Now it's the same thing. It's a similar story. You have another topic, another thing about that is, I remember back in high school, I read like an article that in the 2020s, people, they would have different jobs, right? The jobs of the future would look a lot different than what they were at the moment. Like, how can I explain that? So the article was like, jobs in the future, they don't even exist yet. Like, the jobs of the future are non-existent. And that was like in 2016, 2015, around that time. And it's kind of confusing if you think about jobs that don't exist. But now, looking back and looking forward to the time that I am right now, it makes so much sense. For example, content creators is a job that didn't exist in the past. Video editors, well, that was a job that existed, but it's now way more prevalent. Social media managers. What else? Like just all these jobs that were created because of social media and because of like the technology advancement. And it's going to be the same thing with AI. The jobs that people are going to have in 2030, 2040, they don't even exist yet. The jobs that people are going to have in the future, they haven't even been invented, you know? And yes, it's going to cause disruption. Yes, it's going to cause job loss. But that's normal. That is something that happens, you know? Every couple hundred years, there's like a innovation. There's some type of technology that is disruptive and causes changes. And I think people, they don't understand that. Like, their perspective is so narrow and their perspective is so small. They have no vision of the future. They have no vision of what reality actually is. They just live in their small bubbles and they think it's bad because it's different, you know? They're like, oh no, this is bad. Like, AI is bad. It's gonna take our jobs. I mean, yeah, if you're not a good worker, it's gonna take your jobs. I don't want to have you as an employee if you're a bad worker. You know, if I was an employer and you were scared about AI taking your job, I'd fire you. You know? But if you were my worker and you had in mind, how can I implement AI to help me in my job, then I'd keep you, you know? And people think AI is a bubble. How is AI a bubble? Bro, I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Like, think about the internet, right? The internet in relation to world history is like a baby. So the history of the world, people say it's a million years. People say it's like so many hundreds, millions of years. I personally think that it's about 6,000 years old, the world, right? I could be totally wrong. But put 20 years, which is probably the amount of time that internet has been around. 20 years compared to 6,000 years, that's nothing. It's just the beginning. I think the first generation of content creators are finally going out, you know? And I am probably the second generation of content creators in the history of the world, which is crazy. That is crazy to think about. But it is. It is what it is. I think very few people understand that. Like, that the first content creators that ever existed were from, let's say, 2010, from 2010 until like 2025, which is last year. Like, those people are old now. They're like in their 30s, in their early 40s, you know, like late 30s and early 40s. That's the old content people in the world, right? And I am the runner up, the next gen, you know? That's how I see it. And I just gotta be consistent I just have to do this for like 7 years straight. That's all I have to do. I have to grab a camera, talk into it for 20 minutes for 7 years straight, twice a week. And I want to see what happens, you know? I need some water. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna go back into the coffee shop. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Why did you decide to come
I'm gonna go. Let me. This coffee shop is so sweet. I think I think that's it, bro. I talked a lot. I probably have over 20 minutes if I include the early clip. By the way, I bought these glasses yesterday and they're super cool. I'm super happy I bought them. And yeah, it's 5:55, 5:55. I haven't been to the gym yet. I'm thinking maybe I should do a gym video, but I don't know. It's all gonna depend on how busy the gym is and how willing I am to look like a fool, which is a different topic for a different video. Peace out. See you next time. Hope you enjoyed.